Peace, peace. What's going on, everybody, man? Give everybody a chance to tune on in, tap in before I start building, man. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Saturday thus far. I'm a little late on the stream, but y'all already know, man. Been in the process of moving all that good stuff, man. And I had something that I wanted to get off my chest, especially while it was hot, man. So hopefully, y'all got about an hour and 30 minutes to spare, man. Listen to me build, listen to me vent. So what's the word, man? How this weekend been treating y'all, man? Give y'all a little chance. Tap in with the kid, man. I know y'all done seen what happened to Sha'Carri Richardson, man. We gonna talk about it. Y'all already know what type of angle I'm coming from in regards to this particular subject matter, man. So again, give everybody a chance to scroll in. I know this is one of those spontaneous joints. Not at my normal time that I would stream, but it is what it is, man. Y'all know how we rock. Y'all know how we rock for sure, man. So what's the word, man? How everybody living? How everybody feeling, man? Give everybody a chance to tune in, man. What's the word? Talk to me, y'all. What's the word? How this Saturday treating everybody? Y'all see, we got Brother Malcolm on the shirt, man. So we got Brother Malcolm with us, man. So you already know that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling Brother Malcolm-ish today. Got him on the shirt. So we gonna ride that type of energy in regards to the message, man. Brother Malcolm is on the shirt. Peace to Brother Malcolm. Definitely one of the role models, man. So what's the word, everybody? Hopefully y'all ain't having too much fun on this Saturday. Brandon, peace. What's the word, man? Everything is smooth my way, man. Everything is smooth. Everything is peaceful, centered, balanced, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate you, my brother, for asking that. Appreciate it. But yeah, we got to do some building, man. People couldn't wait. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to see Sha'Carri take that L, man. They couldn't wait. And I got some powerful sentiments in regards to that, man. But just like they could not wait to tear her down, man. They couldn't wait to see her take that L, man. Couldn't wait to bash her. Couldn't wait. Idris, peace. What's happening? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, man? How you living, man? But yeah, they couldn't wait to see the black woman take that L so they can bash her, man. Couldn't wait to see it. Could not wait to see it. We could not wait to drill into this system, man. And y'all already know. Y'all already know we could not wait to do it. She took the L, and the crazy thing about it is she lost to some other sisters, man. So it is what it is. We won anyway. So what's the point, man? What's the point? Please tell me what's the point, man. But people couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to tear her down specifically. Couldn't wait to do it, man. Whole while we got rapists out here. When you try to tear down these rapists, then everybody got a problem. Kyle, peace, what's happening? We got whole Brother Polite out here raping folks, and we talking bad about a rapist, pedophile, all that type of nonsense, and y'all start saying, oh, we always quick to tear the black man down, etc., etc. Sha'Carri Richardson loses a race. She comes in last, and now y'all quick to tear her down. But we tearing down a rapist. You know what I'm saying? We tearing down a man that's out here raping 14-year-old young girls. That's who we tearing down. That's who we quick to tear down. Y'all quick to tear down a black woman who took an L in her profession. That's the difference. That's the difference. Infinite Charms Beauty, peace queen, what's happening? D, peace. Beautiful Goddess Keys, peace queen, what's going on? TZ, Montel, peace, what's happening? I just find it crazy, man. That's why sometimes I say I can feel the pain of the black woman, man. That's why I say I can feel it. Terenzo, what's happening? Brother Polite comes up, raping young 14-year-old girls and things of that nature. Boom. Bash him. Then a bunch of brothers say, oh, man, y'all always quick to bash a black man, this, that, and the third. Sha'Carri Richardson comes in last place, and these same brothers, the first one bashing her. The first one's bashing her. The first one's bashing her. She just lost to some Olympic champions, yo. She took some L's to some people who just performed in the Olympics after she just went through that emotional situation that she went through. She ran a 10-6. She ran a 10.6 to qualify. Then she just ran an 11.1. So if you don't think that she's capable of keeping up with them Jamaicans, you a fool, man. You a fool. You a fool. And Kayla, yeah, and that's the part I understand. I understand. She talked all of what she talked, and she took the L. Such is life. You know, we done all did that coming from an athletic background. A lot of us done talked a lot of talk, and we done took our L. But my thing is, they bashing her, but they was quick to bash her when she was found with the marijuana in her system and things of that nature. So they was bashing her then, as if she didn't own up to that, which she did. She held herself accountable for that particular situation. So she owned up to that situation. So I don't see the problem there. And then they dragging her again. It's like, what's the point? What's the point? She talked her noise just like any other athlete. She took her L. It is what it is. But now you're going to drag her through the mud. Man, I said on Facebook, I would have came in dead last in that particular race trying to keep up with them women. I would have pulled several hamstrings trying to keep up with them women. I would have pulled several hamstrings. Several of them. She gonna come back strong, man. Anybody that done ran track know what you just witnessed, man. She ran an 11.1 and she ran a 10.6 to qualify for the Olympics. She is way faster than what she just ran, man. Like anybody that never ran track knows what you just witnessed, man. Knows you just saw rust. And she was already rough in regards to her form and technique when she ran the 10.6. Like her start wasn't even good then. So it's like she got a lot of things, a lot of rooms for improvement. So if she get the right team around her, she gonna be good to roll. So I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even feel concerned about her just coming in last. Like, dude, if you a track runner, if you done ran track, you know what you just witnessed. Like, it wasn't even that serious. Plus, she lost to Samoa sisters, so we still won. What's going on? She lost to some sisters. Why are we not praising those sisters that she lost to? Man, get a Jamaican some credit. Get them sisters some credit. Get them some credit, man. They out here breaking records, man. Get them some credit. But instead of us giving the black woman some actual credit, we want to bash one. So just see how deep the hatred is. Who won the race? Who actually won the race? You ask some of these people that's bashing Sha'Carri Richardson who actually won the race by name, they may not even be able to tell you. Like they may not even be able to tell you who actually won the race. They was just so ready to bash Sha'Carri for coming in last, they don't even care who won it. They act like Sha'Carri Richardson was out here racing me. Like, no, man. No. They act like she was out here racing me and lost. Like, nah, man, she was racing some well-qualified athletes, man. And I'm pretty sure she was in the Olympics. I'm not saying that she would have came in first, but, man, she would have been way more competitive than that. She would have been way more competitive than that, man. You can obviously see the rust, man. I just don't like the mentality. And the reason why I'm pointing this out, whatever it is, if she talked a lot of noise and you don't agree with it, cool. But it's like when we was out here, because I got a lot of backlash, and I seen a lot of people get backlash for talking about Brother Polite and this whole rape situation. Like, to me, that don't make any sense. And I seen some of the same people that say we so quick to tear a black man down, tear Sha'Carri Richardson down. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you about to say Sha'Carri Richardson, if you about to tear her down and your justification is, you know what I'm saying, she should have humbled herself, she should have did this, that, and the third, but then you defending Brother Polite, who is not anywhere near humble, then you not making any sense to me. You not making any, like, that makes no sense. Like, you finna tear her down and say she needed, like, to humble herself, which is what people were saying. But then you defending Brother Polite, the most arrogant dude that I have ever seen on YouTube, or one of them. And you defending him. I mean, he is the epitome of arrogance. So, like, if you praising him, then how are you bashing her for being arrogant? For being confident, whatever the case may be. Please, somebody make that make sense to me. I'm a fool with Brother Polite, who's as arrogant as arrogance gets. But then I'm going to tear her down, say she should have humbled herself. That's some deeply rooted psychological trauma right there, man. You cool with the black man being arrogant, being confident, brother polite-ish. But then when it's a sister that's arrogant, confident, whatever y'all want to call it, then she needs to humble herself. She needs to chill out. But we about to allow brother polite to be that guy. And then if you turn him down after after DNA evidence then matched up and things of that nature, and you say, well, we still need more evidence. We still need more evidence. We so quick to tear a black man down. You not making any sense to me. God is peace. What's happening? Oh, God, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She'll leave me. I already know. Oh, Torenzo for sure. For sure, most definitely. But yeah, that's not making any sense, man. The energy we have is a little weird to me. Some weird energy we dishing out, we distributing. That's weird, man. That's weird. A lot of brothers quick to defend brother polite, but quick to attack Sha'Carri Richardson. I ain't understanding that. That's my only problem with it. Brandon, that's what I'm talking about. That's more of a concern to me. And it's more of a concern due to the fact of how people are responding to it. Or some of the people that I'm seeing and how they responding to it. It's way more of a concern. And this is a real big problem in our community. So that brother polite situation is way more of a concern, man. And I done got some new information in regards to that particular situation, man. Like some of the lawyers and all the type of people that's on his team. Like it's looking like, man, people got me looking at brother polite situation in Hollywood ritual form. Like he's straight getting initiated out here. Because you know that's what the white folks, you know that's what them white folks do with them sex rings and all that. You know your favorite presidents, politicians, they done did this and they still doing it. They be dealing with the underage young girls, all that type of stuff, orgies and all that type of nonsense. Y'all know y'all favorite politicians, presidents, Bill Clintons and all them, they've been a part of things that brother polite is being accused of right now. They ain't even accused, that he did. So now it got me thinking on that level, man. Who you trying to please, brother polite? Who you trying to please, brother polite? It's getting kind of interesting. It's getting kind of interesting. Like, I feel like I'm looking at it in that light now, the whole brother polite situation, man. It's interesting. Who you trying to please, man? You getting initiated. That's why brother polite might be walking around unbothered. That's why I'm telling you, that's why brother polite might be walking around unbothered. Because he already know, man, that's his initiation. He might be good. D, no. Listen, D, not transgender at all. I done ran track. I can tell you that is a woman, man. I done ran track amongst women that are built just like that. And they are women. They are women, man. I'm telling you, she ain't no transgender, man. We ain't gonna rock like that. She ain't that now. But yeah, man, we gotta look deeply into it, man. We gotta look deeply into what's going on out here, man. We got more important issues to discuss, opposed to us sitting here bashing the sister for coming in last, man. And that's where all of our energy is directed. Like that's where all of our attention is directed. I feel like that's unnecessary, man. Like I said, we got bigger fish to fry. Got a lot of things that's going on that can affect us, opposed to that type of situation that she gonna bounce back from. Like, come on, man. That division that I'm talking about. We got predators in the community, and we couldn't wait for a sister to lose a race. See how easy it is for us to just shift our attention? See how easy it is. See how easy it is for us to just shift our attention. It didn't take anything for us to take our attention off of brother polite and just start bashing his sister. That's how fickle we are. That's how fickle we are. Didn't take much for that to happen. Didn't take much. All it took was for a sister to come in last place and we bashing her. Instead of looking at it like, guess what? A black woman won regardless. From Jamaica, who cares? There's a black woman that won, it's a sister that won. See how easy that is, man? Let's praise the sisters, man. Leo Velli, man, you already know the media definitely does it like that. It's definitely intentional. It's definitely intentional, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that we continue to fall for it. And I keep saying we got a long way to go. This is part of why I say that. Part of why I say that, man. We got, like I said, whole predators in the community, man, preying on young girls. And yet we just continue to bash. We continue to bash our sisters, man. That's what we on. Quick to do it. Quick to do it, too. And this ain't even a situation that warranted bad. It ain't like she out here raping a young boy. She ain't doing nothing that's foul to the community. We bashed her when she smoked the weed. Even though she, you know what I'm saying, owned up to it, we still bashed her. We ain't let her live that down. We was still bashing her then, even though she owned up to it, held herself accountable. Then she comes out and do this, and then we bash her once again. Bash her once again. I just want to know what we going to do about the rapist that's in our community. What's up with that? What we going to do about that? That's what I want to know. Justin, for sure. Like, I just want to know what we doing about that. Like, what we about to do about that? Because this is looking real. It's looking real like some sacrifice initiation type deal here with Brother Polite and all that, man. That's looking real like I'm being initiated. Y'all know it, man. Y'all know about the sex rings, man. Y'all know about it, man. Y'all know about the sex trafficking that these politicians partake in. Y'all know about it. Y'all know what Brother Polite like, where he resides and all that type of stuff, man, the type of circle that he in. And I was talking about the type of deals he done cut with the Jews, with the white folks. We already know, like, listen. This whole situation is important in regards to how everything unfolds. If nothing ends up happening to Brother Polite, man, you best believe this was an initiation. Best believe, man. So this is a very important situation right now, man. This deserves a lot of our time, energy, effort, concentration, focus, and attention. We really need to see how this pans out. We really need to see how this unfolds, man. This is real crucial in regards to how this situation unfolds, man. I'm taking this situation very seriously because I need to see how it's going to unfold. If this unfolds to a point where this man gets off, that is going to be very crucial, especially in regards to young girls, young black girls. If Brother Polite ends up walking away from this with no type of penalty, this is going to be very crucial for young black girls and probably black women in general. So this is a very important situation, man. If he is able to walk away from this, man, we have just set the community back 20, 30, 40 years, man. Maybe even 100 if dude walks away from this with no type of penalty, man. Because you are now about to encourage generation after generation after generation to remain silent, because look what happens. Look what happens. So that's what's going to happen if this dude does not get penalized for what he did. Silence is going to be the response. Like, man, what's the point of me coming out and speaking against certain people? Because look what happened. Nothing happens. So this is very important. This is very important, man, and I don't think people are realizing the importance of this, man. This dude walks away, man, we got a problem on our hands, man. Because for one, if he walks away, he's not going to walk away because he's not guilty. He's going to walk away because he on that side officially. That's what the situation is going to boil down to. That's what it's going to boil down to. That's why, man, listen, I be taking the side of my sisters anytime that I can, man, because I know it's rough out here, man. Just like it's rough out here for the black man, it's rough out here for the black woman. So I can relate to both sides, man, because it's rough out here in general. That's why I don't feel the need to be so quick to tear somebody down on either side, because like we both got it hard. We both got it hard, man. Brothers got it hard, sisters got it hard. We got it hard collectively. So when we turn on one another, when we bash one another, what is that doing? How is that easing the burden? How is that easing the pain? How is that making our situation less complicated, less difficult? When we so quick to turn on one another. Like, we got to stop being so foul, man. We got to stop being so foul in regard, like I said, part of the stipulations with the organization. It's like we not going to publicly shame or bash another black man or another black woman. We don't need to be doing that publicly. And I feel like organizations need to be created to where that's the code of conduct. You do not bash black people in public, on public platforms, to where the enemy is heavily present. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop feeding the algorithms, man. That's if you want to kill, like, listen, if you want to really kill something, you starve it. Like, if you're dealing with cancer cells, one of the ways to reverse cancer, starve the cancer cells. So you fast. You do that, you starve the cancer cell. Don't eat the sugar, because that's one of the main foods of the cancer cells. So if you want to rid yourself of the cancer, you have got to starve the cancer cells, the cancerous cells. So if you're looking at the algorithms and you notice that when it comes to the algorithms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, all it shows is negativity, us at odds. We got to stop feeding the algorithms. We got to stop doing that. That's us that's doing that. We feed. Every time you like that joint, every time you share that joint, you are feeding the algorithm. You are every time you like that video about a black man bashing a black woman, you feed the algorithm. Every time you like that video of that black woman bashing a black man, you are feeding the algorithm. It is going to continue to grow as long as you continue to feed it. So we got to stop feeding the algorithm. How hard is that? How difficult is that? We got enough enemies outside of ourselves that we can focus on and we can bash publicly. Yo, Joe Biden ain't doing much for us, man. We can spend a lot of energy bashing him. Y'all was so ready to get Boogeyman Trump out of office, even though we all know that it's nonsense in the first place that everybody selected. But old Joe ain't doing nothing for you. Oh, what is old Joe doing for black folks? How has black people's lives improved under old Joe? Somebody talk to me. How have our lives improved under old Joe? It's still looking the same to me. It's looking mighty the same to me. It's looking the same to me. My life has not significantly changed since old Joe has been in office. So we got other people that we can focus on. We got a whole system that we can focus on instead of us focusing on bashing one another. Somebody tell me what Joe out here doing for us, man. Somebody let me know, man. Somebody let me know what didn't happen. Somebody let me know how our condition has changed and shifted and all that. Somebody let me know. Somebody talk to me. Maybe I'm tripping. But my life ain't. Only thing I done seen, they done created more variants of this, y'all, we can't even say the word, but they done created more variants of that joint. You know? So that's all I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. To Renzo for sure. And probably the only time that the thoughts have been improved is if it was some information that they didn't got from us and just spit it back to us. So if anything that resonated, man, like plenty of plant-based books that I got that was written by white folks, man, but then they talking about pretty much how a lot of our ancestors lived back in the day and how they was predominantly plant-based and things of that nature. Brandon, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. He ain't done nothing for us. So why is our energy, like, why is that not where we are? Why is that not where we are directing our energy? Like, that's what I feel like we need to be focusing on, man. We need to be focusing on old Joe. Ain't did nothing for us. Ain't gonna do nothing for us. So again, we need to realize what this system is really about. How it's never been for us. It never will be for us. Like, and we need to do something in regards to creating our own joint. But we be so focused on any and everything else. We always distracted. Attention span is garbage. Attention span is garbage, man. So we got a lot of things, man. We got that particular situation. Old Joe ain't did nothing. You already know I deal with the nutritional side of things, so they killing us that way. We already know what we fighting in regards to like the medical institution, things of that nature. And it's getting real in the field in regards to that. It's getting real in the field in regards to that, man. This stuff is becoming mandatory in a lot of places. Y'all know the jab in which we talking about, but it's becoming mandatory in a lot of places. So it's getting really real in the field, man. It is getting really real in the field in regards to that. So we got a lot of institutions, man. We can always focus on the educational system. We can always focus on that, man. So we got a lot of things that we can direct our energy towards in regards to us bashing one another. And then on the flip side of that, on a more positive side, instead of bashing one another, we got a lot of people that we can praise out here. We got a lot of information that we can disseminate and distribute that's elevating our lives out here, that was written for us, by us, things of that nature. So instead of us bashing, man, we can be praising, we can be elevating one another. It's not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. It's not that complicated at all, man. Let's just spend some time. Let's spend time and energy educating, praising, elevating, things of that nature. How about we do that instead of bashing, arguing, going back and forth about stuff that don't even matter, man? We go back and forth about things that don't even matter sometimes. Like, dude, who cares if she came in last? I don't. So we got to focus more on things that actually matter, man. And that's part of the problem. We focus on irrelevant things, man, and wonder why our condition remains the same. And we stay stagnant. We stay complacent because we focus on the irrelevant. We focus on the irrelevant. As I said, what you focus on grows. So we focus on the destruction, it grows. We focus on the chaos it grows. If we focus on the positivity, that's going to grow. If we focus on the efficiency, that's going to grow. If we focus on our health collectively, then that's going to grow. If we focus on being self-sufficient, then that is what's going to grow. So if we direct our energy, man, if we direct our focus and attention on things that make sense, then our condition will change almost overnight. That's how powerful the mind is. That's how powerful the collective mind is. The mind is powerful by itself with just an individual. But it's, man, listen. I mean, it is going to increase 100-fold when you start adding more minds to the mix that's on the same page, what we call airlights. So the mind, your mind by itself is powerful, but just imagine 100 more minds on the same type of vibe and frequency. Imagine how powerful that mind is. And that's what I like when people ask me, do I believe in something that's greater than myself? A lot of times people be talking about gods and things of that nature. I don't deal with none of that. What I believe in that's greater than myself is the collective mind of black people, the collective consciousness. That's something that's greater than myself. That's something that's greater than my individual mind. And there's nothing spooky about it, and it's not a mystery. Because y'all heard us talking about mystery gods, which we don't believe in no mystery god. We don't subscribe to that. We don't subscribe to anything outside of oneself. So the only thing that I'm subscribing to that's greater than oneself is a bunch of minds, black minds coming together to do powerful things. That's the supernatural to me. That's what I deal with. I don't deal with any spooky guys sitting around above the clouds on a throne. I don't got time for any of that. I deal with the black minds coming together, the black consciousness, all of us coming together to do powerful things. That's something that's greater than myself. That's something that's greater than myself. That's the only thing that's greater than myself that I believe in, that I subscribe to. Because you know I don't really too much deal with belief. That's the only time that I'm going to deal with belief. Is the black minds coming together and the power that it possesses. But we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. Terenzo, what'd you say? Oregon harvesting? Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, the Oregon harvesting is real. It's real in the field with that. Yeah, organ harvesting, you name it, man. I mean, it's a big science experiment in regards to how they look at us, man. We just guinea pigs. We not people, we guinea pigs, man. We guinea pigs 100%. That's the way that they view us, man. We strictly guinea pigs. That is the way that we are viewed. We guinea pigs. They studied the original mind, man. They studied the original mind. They've been doing it for years, hence why they was able to kind of put us in this position that we in, because they studied the original mind. And they was able to kind of master that original mind. That's why I tell people to reverse that. We got to study their mind. And that's the thing that people don't realize. You got to study the enemy if you're striving to master the enemy. And you got to stop acting like we don't have this enemy. We do have this enemy. So study that enemy. Study his mind. Study how he moves. Study how he operates. Study how he thinks. Master him. That's what guerrilla warfare was all about with the Maroons, man. They was outnumbered out here. They was outnumbered. So they had to study the environment, the terrain. They was like, man, they got more weapons than us. They got more people than us. But if we master the terrain, if we master the environment, then we can get one up on them. And then we got to study how they move. So they did. They mastered nature. They mastered the environment around them. Used that to their advantage. Then they mastered the enemy that they was fighting against. They knew the weaknesses and the strengths of said enemy. And they played on those strengths and weaknesses and mastered the environment. That's the type of stuff that we got to be doing out here. That's the type of stuff. That's the way that we have to value moving. We have got to move according to that type of energy, man. Study the enemy. Study the enemy. Read 48 Laws of Power, man. It's letting you know. It's letting you know how they move. 48 Laws of Power is letting you know how they move. See, they reading about the so-called negative confessions of Ma'at. They reading about Ma'at. See, they know what we do. They know our culture. We got to know theirs, though. 48 Laws of Power, that's white culture. That's their culture. That book should be read by every black person, because then that's putting you on game about these white folks that are in positions of power, the powers that be. That is their rule book. 48 Laws of Power is the rule book for these corrupt white folks. That is their rule book. That is their guideline. It's one of them. It is definitely one of them. I guarantee you that all these white folks that are in those positions of power then read 48 Laws of Power. And they live and die by it. Guarantee you 100%. So in order for us to master it, read that book. Read that book. That book gonna give you a lot. It's gonna give you all of what you need to know in regard. Like, you take that book, and if you working for corporate America, you gonna start seeing like the CEO, the boss, maybe your manager, whoever it is, you're gonna start seeing that, man, this white dude, he must have read this book, because he acting in accordance with this book. Read that book, man. 48 Laws of Power is gonna drop the game. It's gonna let you know how they moving. Art of War, like, it's gonna let you know how they move. Like I said, the Prince, it's gonna really let you know how they move, how they think. It's letting you know. So they be fearing black folks that's tapping into that type of information. Because again, truth hidden in plain sight. That's them putting the truth out there, not thinking that we gonna go read it. Adrian, yes, that book as well. Same author. And then he got what? 33 Strategies of War. He got another book. Like, all of his books pretty much are similar. So read all them joints. But they throw that stuff right, they throw it right in our face. They're like, boom, man, we're going to put it all in this book. We're going to let them know. We're going to put our minds right in these books. They're not going to read them. Then when you start reading those books, then that's when they want to try to kill you, threaten you, and all that good stuff. That's when they want to come after you. When you tap into that type of stuff, man. That's when they want to tap into you. Like the Black Panther, when they was out here reading the communists, and when they was reading all that information, Karl Marx and all that, man, when they was diving into that type of information, they were like, hold up. We got to do something about that. They tap into some information that if they implement this information, it is a problem. They don't have a problem with us reading some of the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, the feel-good books, the ones that's letting us know about our glorious past. But when we start reading books about war, about communism, things of that nature, hold on, about like leaders that leaders in other nations that couldn't stand America. When you start reading those type of books and studying those type of people, you a threat now. You a big threat. You a big threat. Matt, peace, what's happening? All does, peace. James, peace. For sure, we ain't even mad at the L. She took a L. It is what it is. She gonna bounce back. Hey, them Jamaicans be moving and grooving, so I'm all good. Hey, either way, the black woman won, so hey, I'm good. Sha'Carri Richardson wasn't the only black woman in that race. The black woman came out on top, regardless of who it was. A black woman won, so that's all I need to know. I'm good. We good. The black women won. Troy, what do you say she put herself in the position that she's in with all her disrespect? What disrespect you referring to? Like exactly what did she do? What are you talking about that's disrespectful? Oh, James, for sure. Like, I even said it. Like when the Olympics popped off, I was like, man, it's gonna be a good race. Like I just wanted to see them run during the Olympics. Like I wanted to see it in Olympic form. Like I wanted to see that. Like now, like she obviously rusty. Like you don't just run a 10-6, then run an 11-1. Like nah, like you ran a 10-6 when you was training, when you was prepping. You done took time off, man. You run 11-1, like that's rust, man. Like she ran that 10-6 with a bad start. Like she literally ran a 10-6 and her start was trash. So like for people to think that she ain't capable of like running some crazy times, like don't know track, never ran track. You know what I'm saying? Like never ran track at all. I seen the race where she ran the 10-6 and she could have easily ran faster than that if she would have had a better start. Her start was garbage. I know about garbage starts. I didn't have the best start when I ran. So it's like she could have easily ran a better time. So it's obvious that she was rusty, but that still ain't no excuse. It is what it is. She just lost. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna make an excuse. She took L. Like she lost. It is what it is. Black woman still won though. So I'm good. Troy for sure. And Troy, you view it as disrespect or just being competitive? Cause I mean, like I said, man, I didn't been an athlete, so I know what it means to be competitive. And I think it's a thin line between being disrespectful and just being competitive and confident in your skills and ability. So even when I was like when I was playing football, man, a lot of times I didn't view it like if I'm looking at the other squads and I'm like, man, y'all can't touch me, I ain't really viewing it as me being disrespectful. I view it as me being confident in my ability. And then if I walk into a situation where I was talking like that and they handle me, yeah, I'm gonna give them their props, but I'm still confident. I'm still gonna come back next time and I'm smoking them. I'm coming back better. So I'm not gonna let that shut me up though. Like that's how I was as an athlete. I didn't talk much, but it's like I was gonna let people know, like, man, we about to be about that action. Frankie, peace, what's happening? Troy, she ran that win-aided with a bad start. So again, just being a track run, like if she works on her start, she is top 5, man, easily in regards to just a sprinter, like a woman sprinter, a female sprinter. She top 5 easily if she works on her start. Like her start is horrible. I mean, she has one of the worst starts I've ever seen. Like her start is not good at all. So if she works on her start, she is up there. Instead of her coming in last, she top 4 at least, easily. And that's all I'm saying. But she took her L. It is what it is, man. I don't even really care. I don't really care. I just don't feel like the bashing was like, I don't even feel like it made any sense. Especially considering what just happened with Brother Polite and how, again, as I was saying earlier, my whole situation, my whole problem with being quick to bash her is that when I was out here talking about Brother Polite and I seen brothers talk about Brother Polite, it was dudes on there saying we so quick to tear a black man down, etc., etc. And Brother Polite is the epitome of arrogance. So it's like if you about to say we quick to tear him down, but then you want to say it's cool to tear her down for that same reason, then that's not making any sense. So that's my problem that I have with it, Troy. We got a whole predator out here, man, that's preying on young girls, and he's very arrogant, flashy, flamboyant, all that type of nonsense that she is getting bashed for. Brother Polite is everything that she's getting bashed for in male form, and he done got caught up, and it was brothers defending that. That is my problem. Like, that's the problem that I have. Don't defend that garbage and then bash her. That's not something we defend. She just lost a race. She was being competitive. She just lost. She didn't do anything that's destructive to the community. She smoked a little weed. She didn't even smoke the weed. She had it in her. She probably had an edible. So that's all she did. She didn't do anything that's destroying the black community. She didn't do anything that's harming the black community because a black woman still won. Brother Polite is doing something that is harming the black community. And his dudes quick to defend that. Based off my experience from what I have saw on social media. And that's garbage to me. That is garbage. You finna spend your whole entire day as a grown man bashing a black woman that has done nothing that is destructive to the community, but then you finna get in your feelings when people are bashing a brother that has touched a 14-year-old girl. That is ridiculous. We are grown men. Why are we wasting all of our time bashing a black woman? That doesn't make any sense to me. The way that I was raised, we don't do that. That's the way that I was raised. You don't talk about women like you don't do that. It's like when the way I was raised, we don't talk about women like we don't do that. That's not something a man does. And we don't gossip. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do it. Like, that is how I was raised. Like, I can't wrap my mind around another grown man spending hours talking about a black woman, just bashing her for something like that. I can see if for something like that, that's unwarranted, man. I'm talking about, it's been people all day since the race happened, 4 or 5 statuses bashing her. Why? I'm gonna have to start questioning these dudes that's doing that. I'm gonna have to start, and Infinite Charms Beauty, appreciate the donation, Queen, appreciate it. But I'm gonna have to start questioning every brother that's doing that. Seriously. I'm gonna have to question every brother that's doing that. You spending way too much time on that, man. You spending way too much time and energy. I'm spending my time and energy on the rapists we got out here. I'll talk about that until this situation gets solved. Like, that's what I'm on. I ain't making 5 or 6 or 7 statuses, man, just bashing her because she lost. Like, come on, man, what? Nah, man, we gotta chill, man. We gotta chill. If you don't like how she was carrying herself, cool. Cool. But that don't mean sit up and bash her all day. Like, that don't mean sit and bash her all day, man. That don't even make any sense, man. Oh, Maserati, we know that that's gonna happen. We know that they gonna hate on one another. We know that that's gonna happen too. We know that that's gonna happen, man. But the way, like I said, we know that within our own, like, black men, we know black men gonna talk about black men. We know that we got the egos in the egos class. And we know the same thing happens with black women. So I don't really have to point out that it was other black women talking bad about her too. Because you gonna have that. Just like you gonna have black men hating on another black man because of ego, things of that nature. Hence why you got certain black men that don't like to hire other black men to work for them. Can't get along. Egos, things like that. And it's a lot of sisters that don't like to deal with other sisters. So that's almost like Captain Obvious right there. Like, we know that that's gonna happen. We know that that's gonna happen. Like, we know it's gonna be women out here that couldn't wait to see her fail and things like that, man. And sadly enough. So it's wrong on both ends, man. It's wrong on both ends. Like I said, we gotta understand that it's a way to go about all of this without bashing. And I had to get in that bag too, because I was guilty of it. I done been in sports my whole life. All I know is sports. I was raised in that type of background, played sports, basketball, football, track, baseball, all that. Been an athlete my whole entire life. So I listen. It's some dudes right now that I used to bash simply because I ain't like the way that they played. But I grew out of that. Like LeBron James, man, I was never really a fan of LeBron James playing basketball. Like my dislike for LeBron James had anything to do with him as a person, but I couldn't stand the way that he played basketball. And I ain't like the energy that I was dishing out. And I looked at him as a person and some of the things that he's doing as an individual. And I'm like, you know what? Dude ain't bad, man. I ain't finna spend all this time bashing him because I don't like the way that he plays. Why don't I spend some time out giving him credit for some of the things that he's doing? So I had to realize that as a black man, just being able to separate all of that, man. Like, yeah, I may not like the way such and such plays and carries himself, but man, I respect him as a person. Kobe Bryant is another one. I never really cared for Kobe Bryant, how he carried himself on the court. People talk about arrogance and things like that. Kobe kind of carried himself like that. But it was like once I started seeing him as like him being the girl dad and just the energy that he was putting into his daughters, I'm like, man, Kobe ain't a bad dude. He ain't a bad dude. Then I started to understand the Mamba mentality and things of that nature. But I wasn't necessarily no Kobe fan while he was playing. You know, so I get it. I get that y'all saying. I get what y'all saying about the way she was conducting herself, things of that nature, because I didn't despise some dude athletes for the same reason. I didn't despise some dudes for the same reason. But I grew past that. I'm like, man, I'm not about to spend all my time bashing. I'm not going to keep bashing LeBron, man. LeBron is doing some things that I can only applaud. So what? I don't like the way that he played and things of that nature. So what? He doing some great things out here, so I'm going to focus on that. So what? I don't like the way Kobe played. I don't like his. I ain't like that. I ain't like him back then. He prevented some brothers that I fooled with from winning, things of that nature. Man, the way that he was raising his daughters, the energy that he was putting into his daughter, I admire that. I admire that. That's what I had to sit back and do. So I get it, man. But these people got plenty of things that we can praise. These people got plenty of things that we can talk positively about. So we got to start doing that a lot more. And I was, like I said, I was guilty of it. BB, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I took plenty of L's running track. Plenty of them. I took plenty of L's, man. I took plenty of L's running track, man. We was out there just running track to get ready for football. I took plenty of L's, man. It's one loss, and I did good. I got plenty of medals too. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I played football. We took plenty of L's playing football, but I still made it to the collegiate level. So like whatever, man. Who cares, man? We took plenty of L's, man. Took plenty of L's, man. That's what life is about, man. Kelvin, man, don't even get me started on that subject matter. Please don't get me started. If y'all ain't see what Kelvin talking about, a lot of this bashing comes from men that can't see their kids. If you really want to see your kids, see the courts. Man, I'm telling you. Because I know situations where that's the case. I know situations where it's brothers out here that can legit get custody of their kids if they just took it to court. I'm talking about the situation is so bad for the woman that's involved that like the system can't even cheat the black man. I know personal situations like that if the dude just took them to court, they would win. That's how bad off the sister is that they dealing with. They just took them to court, they gonna get the custody. They don't want them. And then they keep talking, oh, she ain't trying to let me see my kids, this, that, and the third. Man, everybody in their ear said, listen, if you take them to court, like take them to court and let it pan out. Now, again, I ain't really too much a fan of the system like that. But if you are in a situation to where the woman is playing hardball with you, then you might have to take that route to let them know like you serious. Because the last thing you want to do is just pull up on them and then they call the cops on you and then man, got you looking like the angry black man out here and then you shot and killed. So sometimes we got to play the game. Sometimes we got to do it. It'll be best if we were civilized, if all of us were civilized to where we can come to terms when it's a situation like that involving kids. But let's be real. Let's be real. Some women, some men ain't built that way. You got some women that's going to use these kids against the man. And if you are a man and you in that situation, and you know if you take him to court, you win it, man, just go put him through that. Put him through it. Put him through it. Some of these sisters don't think y'all willing to do that. They like, man, he ain't going to take me to court. He ain't going to do it. Let them know that you serious. I know personal situations where I guarantee you if the dude took them to court, they could take the kids away from the moms, man. And I ain't saying that that's the best thing, but I'm saying it's some dudes out, some brothers out here right now. That's all. If they did that, I guarantee they'll walk away with custody. And they fighting with the moms right now. Because y'all, we know how it go, man. Listen, let's just be real in the field. When it comes to like a situation like that, man, where y'all was together, y'all got several kids, and y'all split after years, man, it's in our nature almost, man, like especially as young sons to go with the mother. We may fool with the pops. Man, we can fool with the pops 100%, but if it's a split involved and we feel like we got to choose a side, we gonna go with the moms, man. We just gonna go, that's just what we gonna do. No offense to the pop. We feel like the pop's gonna be all right. We don't want to see the mom dukes on her own. We finna go with the moms. No matter how foul the moms is over here acting, we gonna go with the moms. We gonna go with the mom dukes. That's just what we gonna do. That's just what we gonna do, man. If you in a situation where you was brought up by both parents, man, and you fool with them both equally, they was raising you, they was both in your lives, things of that nature, man, 90% of the time, man, you gonna go with the moms, man. You gonna go with the moms. You just gonna do it. Especially as a young son, man. Especially as a young son. You're gonna be like, man, I can't, like, I fool with you pops, but like, man, I gotta take care of moms, man. I gotta take care of moms. Infinite charms beauty. You say hey, yeah, and I know plenty of cases like that. I know plenty of cases like that. And Terenzo, that may be true, but at the end of the day, we got to realize where we located and where we at, type of people that we dealing with. It sounds good to say some of these things, man, but these people are like the personal situations that I know. All of that sounds good, but man, like the person that's holding the children from seeing their father, is no getting through to that person. You can't, and then the last thing that the person that I'm talking about would be able to do is to go over there and try to take the kids from them. Like the situation is just that bad to where you just gonna have to take it there. Because there is literally no other option for him, because the psychological damage has been done. Like the woman is over there, she's acting a fool. She's at a certain age to where she's stuck in her ways. There's literally no other option for her because there is no changing. She don't think she has a problem. And that's the problem. And she got the kids on her side. So all of our philosophies and all that type of stuff got to go out the window when we dealing with a situation like that. And we got to do what's best for the kid. Like all of my metaphysical thoughts went out the window with that situation because it don't matter. You got a woman over there that don't think she has any problem in the world, and she think everybody else got the problem, and she got the kids over there and she brainwashing them. So with that being said, we got to take it through the system. While we don't like the system and don't want to do it, that's going to shut her up. That's going to be the only thing that shut her up. Because that system is going to be forced to analyze her life, and they going to see that she's not in a position to take care of the kids. And she going to look like a fool and an idiot. But you cannot make her see that. Because she don't think she has a problem. The system is going to allow her to see that because they going to, again, show and prove that she is not capable of handling those children. So sometimes that's just the game we got to play. And it's sad that some women force men to play that type of game. But at the end of the day, like if you really about it, do that. If you didn't took care of if you got all your T's, you didn't cross all your T's, dotted all your I's, you ain't got nothing to hide, nothing to worry about. You take it through that system, you gonna come out on top. Especially if the woman that you dealing with is foul, she ain't got no place of her own, she ain't got no job, things of that nature. She not able to take care of these kids. That's simple. That's simple. So if she want to play hardball, man, we gonna play hardball. We gonna play hardball. I'm gonna play the hardball with you. You know, you want to take it there. I'm clean. I'm clean as a whistle. You not, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be petty like that. If I'm dealing with a woman that I know if I took her to the system and she all in the system, I mean warrants, all type of stuff that if we take it the legal route, she might do some like if you want to play that, if you want to play hardball with the kids like that, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and be petty, man, especially if I fool with my kids. If I fool with my kids, man, and you trying to play hardball, man, we gonna have to take it there. So it's best for people to not put themselves in that position. But that sounds good. Reality of it is, it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen. We gonna have situations where women try to use the kids as a weapon to make the man feel bad, because you know at the end of the day, contrary to what the media wants you to believe, man, dudes really be wanting to be in the lives of their children. For the most part. Now, you do have some dudes that just filed, don't want to be in the kid's life. But for the most part, you have a lot of dudes that they cannot wait to be fathers. They can't wait to be fathers, man. So some women know that. The thing that will hurt this man the most is if I take the kids away from him. Some women know that. And it's some women that's selfish and foul enough to use that as a tool to break the man down. Y'all know when I said it ain't nothing worse than when a woman is scorned, like a black woman scorned. And I said that a woman, like when you upset her, she knows what to say, she knows what to do to get under your skin. Sometimes that revolves around the kids. And that is all bad. That's pathetic. That's selfish. And anybody, whether you are a mother or a father, anybody that's using kids as a tool, as some form of revenge or a way to bring another person down, you are weak, you wicked, and you deserve anything terrible that's going to happen to you. You deserve anything that's terrible that's going to happen to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. Anybody that's using kids as a tool. Anybody. If you using your kids as a tool, man, to bring your partner down or the mother or father of your children down, you a weak and wicked individual. You a weak and wicked individual. And we got plenty of individuals like that. And that's just sick. Kids ain't asked to be here, man. Kids ain't asked to be here, man. The least you could do, man, is do what's in the best interest of these kids. Antoinette, peace, queen. What's happening? What's happening? Jason, peace. Just J, peace. So, like, at the end of the day, man, we gotta, like, if you are in a situation, like I just mentioned, because, like, the situation that I'm talking about, man, it's like just a lot of, see, they got a lot of black men, and rightfully so, a lot of black men feel like no matter how they go about approaching the system, they gonna lose. I actually know some brothers that then took that route, came out on top, got custody of their kids. And now the kids are in a way better situation. So I know a few brothers that happened. Like normally you don't see that. Because, and that's all, listen, that's all media too. Normally you don't see the black man going through the court system, the judicial system and winning. You don't see that. They don't want you to see that. But I know a few brothers personally that have taken that route and they have gained custody of their children, and their children are in a better place, much better position, because the moms was in an unstable condition, mentally, financially, all of that. And I've known some brothers personally. I know some brothers personally that took that route, got custody of their kids, and I'm telling you, they are in a more stable environment. But they want y'all to think that the black man will never win. Nah, it's black men that then won. So don't fall for that okie doke, man. It's black men that then win. I know them. I know them personally. I know black men that have won, went through the system and won, got custody of their kids. Y'all don't think it's single fathers out here? Like, we got single fathers out here. We got fathers that then went through the system, got custody of the kids. You don't even know where to, like, the moms nowhere to be found. Like, I know a few brothers like that. Got custody of all the kids, man. They doing what they need to do to take care of them. And these kids couldn't be happier. Come on now. Stop playing with me. When I was at the bank, it was a few brothers that fit that description. Few brothers, man, them kids, they ain't even worried about the moms, man, sadly enough. But, man, I knew a few brothers, man, that I'm talking about, man, they stepped up to the plate. And they got y'all thinking that that type of stuff don't exist out here, man. Listen, it's best if people can co-parent or stay together for the sake of the children and raise them in healthy two-parent households. But, man, if you got to be a single parent, like, then you just got to do what you got to do. And there's a lot of single fathers out here that's doing exactly what they need to do. It's a lot of single fathers out here. Shout out to the single fathers and single mothers that's doing what they got to do. Because, again, that's just a rough situation to have to be in. And I know plenty of single mothers and single fathers that are in these situations and they not complaining. They not complaining. They doing what they need to do. They still working out. They still eating healthy. Some of them, like, you know what I'm saying, furthering their education, getting certifications and things like that so that they can earn more revenue, whatever the case may be, man. They striving to improve their lives, man. They not making any excuses for what they doing. They reading, they self-studying, all that. They doing what they need to do whole while single parenting. I've seen it. I admire that person because that's a rough situation, man. It's a rough situation to have to deal with kids, just like deal with the babies and the kids in general. As far as like the money you're gonna have to spend, the time, the energy, the effort, all of that, man. It is like it's not. Listen, it's a lot of time required in regards to raising a child with two parents. So just imagine just one. So all that time that the other parent was going to allocate to the children, you got that time. So you doubled up on the time. You doubled up on it. You can't miss nothing. You can't miss nothing and say, well, you know what? Well, I can't make it, but your father going to make it. You got to be at every event. You got to be at every practice. You got to be at every game. Because if you're not there, they don't have any representation. And I know a lot of people, man, that they don't miss anything. They a single father, single mother. They had everything. Whatever the kids are involved in, they are there. Man, that's dedication. That's dedication. Zero, and that's what I'm saying. It's about balance. But what's crazy, like I said, some people don't have the luxury of balance when it comes to parenting. Some people are forced to just literally be single fathers, single mothers. At that point, your balance is out the window. So some people are forced to, are put in a position, because I don't even want to say forced, because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we didn't decide to have children with these people. So I don't want to say forced. But it's like, man, you done had this child with this person, and this person, it ain't working out, and they not stable, they not suitable. So now you got to take on this role. You got to take on this role. You got to take on two roles. Like, everybody just ain't fit to be a parent, man. Everybody ain't fit to be a parent, and that's the sad reality. And a lot of the people that ain't fit to be parents are becoming parents, and that's the sad reality about the situation. But everybody ain't fit to be an actual parent, man. It's just some people that, it's just some legit people on this planet that just should not have kids, man. And a lot of them have children and do them any which way. Do them any which way, man. That's the pathetic thing, man. But hey, like I said, if it's one party that got to take over all the responsibilities, man, and you just got to do that, that's just what you got to do. I've seen plenty of people, man, have to take on the responsibility of mother and father, and they had to do it. They had to do it. They ain't making no excuses. Ray, peace, what's happening? Ain't making any excuses, man. And sometimes that's just what got to be done. When it comes to raising the babies, man, you just got to do what you got to do. We ain't got time for excuses when it comes to raising the babies. We don't have time for excuses, man. Gotta raise the babies. Gotta raise the babies. Gotta provide a better life for the babies, man. We don't got time for the excuses. We don't got time for the petty arguments. We don't have time for the toxicity. It's all about raising the babies. It's all about raising the babies to be right and exact, to be healthy, to be strong, to be powerful, to be self-sufficient. That's what it's all about. Raising the babies. Once the babies are brought into existence, that's what it's about. It's about the babies. As we say, the babies are the best part. Once they are brought into existence, man, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And if you with a person that they can't realize that and they choose to remain selfish, you got to do what's best for the babies, because that's going to end up harming the babies. If you keep them around that person that's selfish, don't care about them, that's not going to end well for you nor the babies. And that's just an actual fact, man. So it's just, we gotta, hey, the babies are the best part. And that's, like I said, that's why we say that. Babies are the best part, man. We focus on the babies. We teaching the babies. That's the way you break the cycle. We be trying to talk to these adults. You ain't talking to these adults. They stuck in their ways. What you gonna convince an adult of? That's why I don't even waste time. Even when you study the Nation of Islam, that's what they told you. When you study the 5%, that's what they told you. We reaching the youth. We reaching the babies. At this point, when you get to the adult stage, you dealing with a bunch of knuckleheads, a bunch of people that think they know everything. That's what you dealing with. Everybody know everything. Once we hit 30 and up, we all know everything. So now we just spending time going back and forth, exchanging facts and philosophies and things like that. That's a waste of time, honestly, man. We got to deal with the youth. We got to get the youth right and exact. And that's why I be reaching out, chopping it up with a lot of young brothers, man. Young brothers are listening. Young brothers are listening, and that's what I deal with primarily when it comes to really interacting. The youth, man, we got to touch the youth. If we trying to change the cycle, it's going to start, like, we got to hit the youth, man. We got to hit the youth. Because like I said, we done lived and we think we know everything, man. We literally think we know everything. Literally think we know everything. And the truth is, none of us, we don't know nothing. We know absolutely nothing at the end of the day. We all think we know everything. We know nothing, man. Like, at the end of the day, that's the real truth. That's the real truth. But like I said, once you get to that certain age, everybody, we know it all. We a bunch of know-it-alls now. So why would you want to preach to a bunch of know-it-alls? Why would you want to try to teach a bunch of know-it-alls? What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't try to chop it up with elders in regards to changing the way that they eating. I done been eating this way for 45, 50, 55 years. Why would I change now? All right, I'm done. Let me hit this 15-year-old. They be like, you know what? What you saying makes sense. Then when I eat this way, I feel better. They more open. There we go. I was trying to help you, but you done been eating that way for 45 years and you ain't had nothing wrong with you yet. So I'm not even going to waste my time talking to you. What's the point? Like, what is the point? A lot of people, what they say, not coachable, not teachable. Even at I'm 30 going on 31, everybody has told me the same thing. They say, man, you very coachable, you very teachable. Because I'm listening, man. I'm listening. I don't think I know much of anything, man. I'm always listening. I'm a sponge, man. I'm a sponge. Like they tell you, man, you gotta stay hungry out here, man. A lot of times I'm pure motivation and inspiration. I ain't one of the ones that's finna be out here trying to tell you a bunch of things, man, like I know something. Only time I'ma really talk like that is when I'm in my field, in my space, with fitness and things like that, man, because that's what I do. Like, that's what I do. That's literally what I do. Other than that, man, I'm pure inspiration, pure motivation. Pure inspiration, pure motivation, man, and that's what we really need. That's what we truly need. Because at the end of the day, the wife is in the building. Y'all say peace to the wife. At the end of the day, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. Because at the end of the day, we can go back and forth on literally almost any and everything. There are very few like universal, like concrete facts. So we could be going back and forth on a lot of different things. Who has time for that though? Who has time for that stuff? Some of this stuff is really not even important to be going back and forth on. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's gonna revolve around acceptance, man. Like again, we can deal with numerology and things like that, what numbers mean. I'm with the 5% nation of guys and earths, man. We got a whole thing called supreme mathematics. The way I see numbers is not gonna be the way you see numbers. But why are we finna argue?